Ever wonder why it's crucial to have an emergency fund at your disposal? Let's dive right into it. An emergency fund is a stash of money set aside to cover those financial surprises life throws your way. These unexpected events can be stressful and costly. Here's where an emergency fund comes into play. Think of an emergency fund as a financial safety net. It's there to catch you when you fall, reducing the blow of any financial hit. It's the buffer between you and life's unpredictable expenses, like a sudden job loss, unexpected medical bills, or an urgent car repair. Having an emergency fund also means you're less likely to need to borrow money when things go wrong. This means you can avoid the spiral of debt that can come from taking out loans or racking up credit card bills. So, an emergency fund acts as your financial safety net. But how do you go about building one? Building an emergency fund might seem daunting, but with a systematic approach, it becomes manageable. Let's break it down into manageable steps. Firstly, assess your monthly expenses. Determine how much you spend on necessities like rent, groceries, utilities, and transportation. This will give you a clear picture of your essential outgoings. Next, set a target for your fund. A good rule of thumb is to aim for an amount that could cover 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses. This provides a safety net should you experience a sudden job loss or unexpected expense. Once you have a target, it's time to start setting aside money regularly. Even if it's a small amount, consistency is key. Consider automating your savings. That way, a certain amount is transferred from your checking account to your emergency fund each month, and you're less likely to miss it. But what if you're barely making ends meet? That's where cutting down unnecessary expenses comes in. Take a look at your spending habits and identify areas where you could make savings. Maybe it's that daily gourmet coffee or the premium cable package you barely use. And if possible, find ways to increase your income. Could you take on a part-time job or freelance gig? Or maybe there's a hobby you could monetize. With these steps, you can grow your emergency fund gradually. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Let's recap what we've learned today. An emergency fund is a vital financial safety net. It's something we can all fall back on during unexpected situations. Building it requires a few key steps. First, assess your expenses to understand where your money goes. Second, set a realistic savings target. Third, make regular savings a habit. Lastly, trim unnecessary costs from your budget. Remember, building an emergency fund is not a luxury, but a necessity. Start today and secure your financial future.